All right,
Let's
kick
go
it
ahead and
off
make
again,
it.
Brett.
So this is the Fifth Power Hour. Today we got Bracco, Ruthless Rob, Ebenezer, and Raven Hunter. They're gonna do the little fucking hellos to you in just a fucking second. We do this shit weekly. We're gonna keep fucking doing this shit. Consistency is the key. This is the Fifth Power fucking hour. We got a subject tonight. Raven Hunter above. He fucking picked that shit. What's the subject tonight, yo?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Raven Hunter. Tonight, I think we're going to be discussing what I would say is the Mount Rushmore of horror figures. Jason, Freddy, Michael, Leatherface, Chucky, and Ghostface. They all changed the game in some way, one way or the other when they came out. They all deserve to be at the top for one reason or the other. Of course, we got Candyman, Pinhead, Leprechaun. There's so many things you could add in, but this is what I would consider the tops. So we're gonna get it kicked off and started. Let's go with Ebenezer. What would you say is your favorite of the Mount Rushmore?
I'm a huge Wes Craven fan. Well, first off, Bruce Campbell. I wish he was up there, but he doesn't have franchises like what you said. I'm a huge Wes Craven fan, just for the fact of Freddy and Ghostface and the multiple other things he's done. But I like how Wes Craven's New Nightmare is kind of like what created Ghostface with Scream. Uh, 94 and 96. He did, New Nightmare 94, 96. He does Scream, and it's still, New Nightmare is like Scream 3. It breaks the fourth wall with the movie within the movie, and all that stuff. And I really enjoyed it. I think it was, he did it proper. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best Freddy Krueger movie, but I think Wes Craven, Ghostface, and Freddy Krueger are probably my favorite out of the Rushmore.
All right, all right. So Rob, what you got?
Um, you already know I'm gonna have to go with my man Chucky, yo. You know what I'm saying? Got Brad Dourif autograph tattoo on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, fucking Chucky. Like I said, the idea of a toy that can kill you, that's my shit. As a matter of fact, somebody's over here right now. There he is. That motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's Chucky all day for me. And he gave out his honorable mention as well. I'm going to give out my honorable mention, Candyman, Tony Todd. So Candyman and Chucky, those are my personal favorites. How about you, Brack?
Yeah, I'm Michael Myers all day long. I like the stalker shit. I like the slasher shit too. I don't really like the gross stuff, so I'm glad we didn't include the Saw movies, Jigsaw and all that. But Michael Myers, that stalking shit, I just can't get enough of it. The fucking neighborhood shit. I literally still walk around my neighborhood listening to fucking beats and fucking just listening to shit and picture myself walking in and fucking kind of slicing somebody up. Michael Myers is the shit. So that's my, Jason takes the number one spot on the Mount Rushmore, but Michael Myers is my personal favorite.
All right, I feel that. So I would say it's tough because Jason's definitely the central head of this, in my opinion. Not even just the body of work, how many movies there are, but it's just a really good franchise for the most part. But Ghostface is kind of my favorite. Ghostface or Leatherface? See, I keep wrestling with it. Probably Leatherface, because I do think that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a masterpiece. I think that it's a perfect movie and one of the best movies ever made. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. That slow build, slow burn, the hitchhiker, everything. I just love that fucking movie. So I guess Leatherface is my favorite, you know what I mean? But Jason would definitely, I think, be the front man of the band.
Said Leatherface just like Joe Bob Briggs does. No,
No
that,
doubt.
that that shit's awesome. I like number two just for the fact that it did get a little bit silly. Sorry, it did get a little bit silly, but the whole aspect of it, the psychotic family, especially holding up a fucking radio station, you know what I mean? I liked it a lot.
All
Part two.
right. So, Leatherface, everybody's favorite movie. It's going to be one or two, I'm assuming. What do
Two
you
for
think,
me.
Brack?
Two, definitely two.
Roof?
I like it because my bad for cutting you off. Fucking
Oh, you
Texas is
good.
right down the street, and that's one of the tour spots.
I feel that. Rob?
Well, I'm gonna definitely probably say part one just because it's the first one. You feel me? But part two had like that cool like edge to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like, they're on a radio station and shit. Then you got fucking Chop Top's debut. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking picking his head with a fucking hanger and shit, lighting it on fire and picking his head and eating it and shit. I thought when I was a kid, I thought that was like, what the fuck? These guys are fucking flicked it, but I thought it was fucking dope. Yeah, part one and part two are kind of like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if I have to pick part one just because, like, you know what I'm saying, it's the original, it's the OG. It wouldn't be no part two if there wasn't no part one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think they're both equally dope. Yeah, fucking definitely. Part two and part one are fucking the shit. Part one, I guess, just trumps over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think part one's the best movie in the series. Honestly, my favorite is probably Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. That Saul was metal as fuck, the Saul's family. Um, and just that movie in general is fucking amazing, to be honest. Viggo Mortensen was in it. Alfredo is like my favorite little weird sidekick of any movie. So 3 is probably like my personal favorite movie. And the new one on Netflix, actually, I thought was really fucking
I
good. I watched it like 3 or 4 times in a row, like in a
did
week,
too.
not like
And
one, but
I was gonna say about the new one, that shit was awesome with the bus scene, and everybody that you wanted to die died in
Yeah.
great gruesome ways. Like that shit was amazing. I love that shit. I fucking recommended that movie to so many people, and they're like, "Well, I seen the one with Jessica Biel," and I was like, "Well, I mean, that was all right, but you know, it had Jessica Biel in it." Shit.
did y'all watch the new one? Did you watch it, Brett?
I definitely did not.
Ah,
I
it's
I
amazing.
recommend it, dude. It's really good.
It
I
really is.
thought it was fucking good. Like he said, like Ebenezer said, fucking that bus scene was the fucking freshest. He's like killing all these fucking, you know what I mean, these woke motherfuckers. I thought that shit was cool as shit. Uh, yeah, you know, they're like pulling phones out on him, trying to record them and shit. And he's like, man, fuck
Yeah.
y'all. Like fucking them up. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was fresh as shit. But yeah, man, yeah, gotta give props to Leatherface, of course. You know what I'm saying? But definitely.
But favorite Friday the 13th movie, Bracco?
The first one, it was the OG one. I dug it. A lot of I don't know. It's hard to fucking top. First movies like that. They try. Terminator 2 is about the fucking only that ain't really scary, but that's about the only one that trumped the first one, in my opinion, out of all fucking second fucking movies.
Yes.
And then there's like 10 fucking Friday 13th. Jason X is also a good one. So
The first one isn't even Jason as the killer, and
Right.
that's what makes it awesome is because it's the origin story and it
exactly.
builds it up, and that is fresh as fuck.
People hate on me, but I really hate the first Friday the 13th. I don't really like the second one a lot either.
So you liked when Jason was actually fucking shit up, you know what I mean?
Part 3 and on. I think 3 was the first good movie.
Yeah.
Beating bitches in fucking sleeping bags.
I
Right.
like the chapter myself. The final chapter I think is the best one in my opinion. Final
Yes.
chapter. And Freddy versus Jason was good as well.
Soundtrack. That shit was fresh.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we started with A Nightmare on Elm Street, right? I thought we were talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now y'all's talking about final chapters and shit. How did we get on this? Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street. Brack said the first movie.
Actually, wait. I thought
No,
we were talking about. I was talking about Friday the 13th.
I thought we were
I
talking
apologize.
about. I
Yeah,
could
I
have swore we said
answered
Nightmare on Elm
you.
Street. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
I answered you as a Jason movie. I was not. The first Nightmare on Elm Street is not my favorite in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. The first Friday the 13th is my favorite. Actually, Final Chapter is my favorite. And Friday the 13th. The first Nightmare on Elm Street is Dream Warriors. That's my favorite. Dream Baby wasn't very good. The Dream Abortion, that one sucked. So yeah.
Did y'all like the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street? We're kind of jumping around a little bit, but
You know,
Man, don't
I
go
liked
ahead,
it,
Brett.
but I'm such a fucking I don't understand why they got a new actor. That's what's fucked up.
Right, he's wearing.
Robert England is fucking still kicking it. He was just in fucking Stranger Things. Like what the fuck?
well, yeah, but he
Yeah,
didn't want to do the role anymore. He said he was too old for it.
it's like
Yeah,
Bruce
don't you
Campbell quit Ash in Evil Dead. You know what I mean?
just like
They
Michael
want to
Keaton quit
retire.
Batman. Just like
Well,
Mike,
he's
you know,
he's still
and
trying to
then
come back.
you know, and then they pay him money years later, and he's like, I guess I'm gonna go fucking be Batman again. He did Birdman. That's also a horror movie. That's a horror movie of the mind that fucks with you. I want to put Birdman on the fucking.
Okay, so Nightmare on Elm Street, I would definitely say Dream Warriors is the most entertaining movie. Part one, I think, is the best. I like part two a lot as well, but they get hokey in four, five, six is a fucking train wreck. For Friday the 13th, I think most people agree the final chapter is the most entertaining, the most well put together Friday the 13th movie. And it's probably, I think five is my favorite though. I really like A New Beginning.
All right, so
Ed
we
or Rob?
Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, everybody's favorite. Which part one is mine, my favorite, personally. But talked about Jason, talked about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So what about Chucky, my man Chucky? What's your favorite Chucky movie? What's your favorite Child's Play movie?
Eb?
Jeez. One of y'all go first, man.
Bracco.
Did we get Ab's fucking favorite Nightmare on Elm Street? And I didn't know if we got Ebenezer's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Eb?
Mine is definitely Dream Warriors, but like I said, I like the Wes Craven's New Nightmare for the fact that how they brought in the characters from the original and made it like a movie, like they're shooting a movie, and Freddy actually becomes real, even though they've been shooting all these movies all these years. I like that concept, like Scream, for instance, with the stab shit. But Dream Warriors is hands down the best Nightmare.
And Friday the 13th?
Chucky?
Which one?
Me,
Did he
Friday
answer?
13th.
Yeah.
I like Jason Takes Manhattan just for the last like 20 minutes of it when he finally gets there and fucks up all the punk rock kids and shit like that. But the final chapter is probably my favorite. Uh, I don't know. I like a lot of the Friday the 13th. It's not the same movie every time like most of them are. There is always a little bit different, a little bit of a twist. That's why I like it. Ever since the first one, all the way through.
Fair enough.
And okay, so Bracco, Chucky movies?
Once again, I'm gonna go with the original. Yep, I'm the OG Chucky fan. It's just the thought of a fucking little, I fucking, that's fucked up. A little Chucky doll coming alive and fucking killing people is not cool, yo. So that's pretty fucking scary. So yeah, I remember that shit was coming out in the movies and everybody was going to see that shit. That shit was like, what the fuck? Now you can't have fucking dolls for your kids no more because they come a fucking alive.
And
Right.
sure, Cabbage Patch Kids took a fucking hit on that one.
No, I think
Uh,
Chucky killed Cabbage Patch Kids.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck fuckers.
So Rob, what about you?
I'm gonna have to agree with Bracco. Part one is definitely the best one. I love them all. I can't even front a Chucky Mark dog. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. As far as Chucky's go, he's my favorite fucking horror icon, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely Chucky is my top guy. Charles Lee Ray and his bitch all fucking day. But yeah, part one is fucking best one, the original Child's Play. Part 2 is fresh as fuck. Part 3 is fucking fresh as shit. Bride of Chucky was a real good refresher. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, they had Living Dead Girl on that bitch with Bride of Chucky and shit. Like, the soundtrack and stuff. And I think Seed of Chucky got a little bit goofy. You know what I'm saying? Got a little goofy and shit. And then they kind of rushed the other ones out, in my opinion, like Curse of Chucky and The Cult of Chucky. But then the new series that they just put out is really good. You know what I'm saying? I like the new series they got out going on with the new actual TV series. But I kind of skipped between something too. That the whole new Child's Play remake with Buddy with Mark Hamill, I thought was kind of whack. But you know, it was all right just because it was Chucky. And like I said, I'm still gonna fuck with Chucky. I'm just gonna ride with Chucky either way. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely Chucky Part 1 though. Child's Play Part 1. You know, they you know, shit got real in Part 1, and they show you how he got down. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude was, I think that shit took place in like Chicago or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was fucking fresh as fuck in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chucky was about that life, and he wasn't fucking around. He trying to get the fuck out of that goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what's your favorite Chucky, Raven?
Seed of Chucky. Redman's my favorite actor of all time. So I'm fucking with you. Now, um, Child's Play 2 is my favorite of the series. Obviously, I think Child's Play 1 is probably a better horror movie, but Child's Play 2, I think, was kind of the perfection of the formula for that series.
Right, definitely.
Ed?
I agree with the Child's Play 2, but I agree with Rob on a lot of things that he said. The Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky was a little bit, down. It wasn't as good. It was Brad Dourif's daughter that played the lead character in it, and I think it's awesome that the new series brought them back though. So I can't hate on those movies at all because the series is fresh as fuck. It brought Andy back. It brought everybody from the past back, and that is really cool. It's full circle, and it's keeping it true to the franchise. That being said, I probably should have said one of my Rushmores is Chucky, like Rob did, because that kept it true to the franchise, and that's respectable, and it's not a cheap ripoff like a lot of other franchises are doing right now with their reboots and remakes. And then saying of the Mark Hamill shit on the remake, reboot, Mark Hamill and Audrey Plaza are the best parts of that. They did their job good. It was just shitty reboot. I mean, you got fucking Joker from the Batman animated series and Luke Skywalker, same person, doing the voice of Chucky. You want more justice than it got, and it didn't get it. But
True.
Part 2.
Okay.
So, what do we cover? Halloween. Let's go Halloween then. Let's start with Rob.
Obviously I like the old ones, Part 1 and Part 2. I like Part 1 and Part 2, the originals, because they kind of like go right into the next, like, you know what I'm saying, like a to be continued type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing about the originals, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to front, man. With I think Rob Zombie did a hell of a job with the new the one he did, the first remake he did. I can't say the same for the second one he did, but the first one that he did, Rob Zombie remake, I thought that shit was dope as fuck. And they're still going on with the Michael Myers shit and the Halloween shit, man, to be honest with you. And I don't really have too much high expectations, to be honest with you. But like I said, fucking the first two are the shit. And the Rob Zombie, obviously, that's probably gonna be my favorite. Part 3 didn't even have Michael Myers in that motherfucker. Which was kind of fucking
good though.
But a lot of people beg to differ because there's a bar scene and they showed him, like, they're watching like an old Michael Myers, a Halloween, on like the bar screen and shit. So he's technically in there, but he's like hidden. You know what I'm saying?
Jamie Lee Curtis is also a voice. I think it's on the radio or something like that on Part 3.
That's what's up. But yeah, but part 3 is probably like the worst one ever. Maybe besides the Rob Zombie Part 2 remake. But I thought the fucking Halloween, the Silver Shamrock mask were the shit. That made that movie. Like if it wasn't for those Silver Shamrock fucking masks, that movie wouldn't be fucking jack shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with the witch and the jack-o'-lantern, fucking skull and shit. I think they were the best part of that movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go with part 1 and 2, definitely, and then definitely the motherfucking Rob Zombie first remake.
Can I go next? I got some shit I need to say after that explanation you just gave.
Okay.
I
Um,
do too.
I'd very highly beg to disagree with you. Obviously Halloween 1 is, and 1 and 2 I consider like one good long movie, you know what I mean?
Right.
But Halloween 3 is the best movie in the franchise. Fuck off with that shit. Look, if it didn't, look, they wanted to do Halloween as an anthology series. No more Michael Myers. He got shot in both his fucking eyes and set on fire. He's
100%
dead.
true.
Well,
Okay. So they came out and then everybody freaked out because Michael Myers wasn't in the movie. That's that would have been a cult classic. It's becoming a cult classic, but it would have been on a totally different level if the word Halloween 3 wasn't at the beginning of Season of the Witch. If
It
it's
was
just
just
called
called
Season
Season
of
of
the
the
Witch,
Witch.
it's a top tier horror movie to a lot of people, and it's got sci-fi aspects. That whole robot shit, like it's a fucking awesome movie. And those masks, I think they're just as iconic as Michael's mask. And I
right.
geeked out in the last Halloween movie when the three masks were on those
Oh yeah,
fucking people that I fucking flipped out about that shit.
yeah. That
I
was like a goosebumps part of, you know
yeah
what I mean? Like I was like, oh shit, oh shit. Like
yeah.
the new Candyman with Tony Todd. You know what I mean? Like that was goosebumps shit. Like
So I honestly, yeah, Season of the Witch is my favorite of the whole franchise.
Okay, we're entitled to our own opinion, Raven.
So
so,
Eb,
yeah, what's
all
up,
right.
everyone, bro?
So Raven pretty much said the majority of what I was gonna say. I don't say it's the best in the franchise. I say that it is one of the greatest of the franchise. Um, but when people say Halloween, they're talking about Michael Myers, and that's the only reason that flop. Like he said, everything he said is true. It was the anthology. John Carpenter did the first one, and then the very next, like he was going to season of the, you know, that part 3 was going to be part 2, and the first one blew up so much that the studio was like, you need to do another one. So he like literally wrote shit out of his ass for a sequel. I mean, it wasn't planned like he was planning to do the part 3, and it was going to be an anthology. And he did the second one, and then when he dropped part 3, everybody was pissed off. There's no Michael Myers, there's no Boogeyman, you know what I mean? There's no the Shape, you know what I mean? Like none of that shit.
Right,
But I
right.
think that shit is iconic as fuck. It's got fucking top tier fucking people in the horror, you know, industry still, well, mostly still today, was in that movie. And like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis, she was on the radio or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but she was, her voice was featured in it. There was a lot of, you know what I mean, turnbacks to the original Halloween movies. But uh I'm kind of weird because I really like a lot of people don't like it. I like a lot of the Curse of the Thorn stuff that they brought into it. Uh, a lot of people don't like it. You know, Paul Rudd is in that shit. Was it part 5? I
6.
think it was 6. Yeah, Paul Rudd's in that shit.
What was that?
That
H2
was
No, it was
no
Curse of
that
Michael Myers.
first?
yeah,
Okay,
Curse of Michael Myers. But that was really, it was honestly very fucking cheesy, like fucking horribly cheesy. But the story of it, I dug. You know what I mean? It was, but it was kind of outlandish with this shit. Uh, but if I had to say anything, I would probably say I'm a huge Danielle Harris fan, so probably like part 4 or 5, just because it shows, you know, I mean, that whole aspect of everything.
I like at the end of that where like Loomis is like, shoot her,
Yes.
little ass kid and shit. I thought that was fucking funny.
Pretty much any of them with any of them with Loomis in it is top tier. I mean, like
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Donald Pleasance is his name,
Rest in
Okay.
peace.
and he's in fucking horror movies just like Tony Todd and everybody else used to be. I mean, like seriously, he's a horror icon.
Right,
And
right.
yeah, Bracco.
I'm gonna have to go with the first two, the original first two. Season of the Witch is an awesome movie.
There it is.
I dug the fuck out of it, but it should not have been labeled Halloween at all. They shouldn't even have, even though it's connected, it's in the universe. They should have said that. They shouldn't even have put the name on it. That's what threw everybody off. It did kind of give everybody a fucking break for the return and the revenge coming up, but I don't know. It was a good movie. They just shouldn't have put fucking Halloween on it. I like the fucking new ones a lot. I like the big deal when they I don't want to fucking get off topic, but like the John Wick movies did the same thing. It's almost the same night. The shit picks up right the fuck off, and fucking that's what they do with these brand new ones as well. Fucking, so I'm excited. It's coming up. The last one, fucking Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna finally get killed. She's gonna die. Twist, you guys. I don't want to fucking ruin it for you. The Rob Zombie ones was okay. The second one was fucking null as fuck, but you know, it's better than watching fucking, I don't know. I was gonna say something, but then that something might be cool one day, so whatever.
It was
I
better than
like how
watching Busta Rhymes kickbox him in part 8.
I that was an iconic scene too. Like,
For the wrong
it,
reasons, not in a good
man,
way.
that's just like fucking Jason Goes to Manhattan whenever the motherfucker tried to go step up and fucking box fucking Jason.
Oh boy, almost had him. He gassed himself out. Should have worked on his cardio, you know.
All right. Shit. But no, like you said though, the new ones are really cool. I like it because it skips the second one and goes straight forward. And now Jamie Lee Curtis is straight Sarah Connor, and fucking tries to go to town, man. You know what I mean? She's prepping for that shit, dude. It's gonna be a big fucking showdown for Halloween Ends. I'm excited
And
as fuck.
and that one takes place 4 years after Halloween Kills. And they're like, we're
Oh
not
damn,
going to
I didn't know
explain
that.
anything. We're just going to jump 4 years. We're not explaining where he's been. Nobody cares what he's been eating for 4 years. He comes back in 4 years. So
Can you imagine what Michael Myers eats?
it's dogs. If you watch Return of Michael Myers, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
or
But do you
part
remember
one too.
actually like he like strangled a fucking German Shepherd? Like I remember that was
Yeah.
that part.
And he
He like,
ate that dog. When they found it, it had like bite marks out of it and shit.
hey, my man be fucking them dogs up, yo.
What was
And
it, part two, where he stabbed the motherfucker with a shotgun?
that was part 4. No,
Four?
5. 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm a little off. Yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was 4 or 5, but yeah.
Bottom line is Michael Myers likes to fucking fuck with dogs. Not too many horror guys kill dogs, but Michael Myers, he'll snuff a dog real quick.
You ever see
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's fucking
That's a fucking great movie, man. Honestly, to me, that's like one of the best first. I mean, it's not first werewolf movie, but I honestly still think it's one of the greatest werewolf movies. During war, all the crazy shit happening.
I like Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet might be my favorite werewolf horror movie, and American
Stephen
Werewolf
King.
going. Not too big on werewolves myself, but to be honest with you. So yeah, we're gonna go on that topic now. Like we talked about our favorites and favorites of each sequels and all this shit. Like let's talk about like our other shit we some of these guys might not know about, or maybe they do. Like I said, I'm gonna start it off like I'm a big fan of like puppets and like dolls and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like that crazy out of nowhere shit, like Puppet Master, Chucky, Ghoulies, Troll, Dolls, the original from like 1986. Like a lot of full moon, like a lot of full moon stuff. You know what I'm saying? Charles Band is like one of my top guys. I like Full Moon a lot. There's one called Pinocchio's Revenge. If you guys haven't seen that one, Pinocchio's Revenge is fucking sick. Like I love puppets. Like I've been infatuated with fucking killer puppets since I was fucking a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's just so weird to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the Annabelles are pretty fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, a few of the Annabelles are like, you know what I'm saying? They're not like walking around cussing people out and shit like the old school days. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a puppet doing this shit or a doll doing this shit. I always thought that aspect was fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? I love doll movies and like horror, like toys and like demonic toys and all that crazy shit, man. Like Puppet Master, like fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little excited for a minute. It shows
What'd you think about?
For the shit.
Hey, what did you think about the new the well, it's not new now, the Puppet Master, what was it, like the Littlest Reich or whatever
See, Puppet Master kind of got old for a little bit, so they brought backstories behind them with like them going through like doing shit and through the Holocaust and all that stuff. But man, I'm not gonna lie, man, the original like 5 or 6 puppets from Puppet Master are like my top, like Blade, Pinhead. Not Hellraiser, but the little peanut head Pinhead guy. The tunneler with the drill in his fucking head, Bleach Woman, 6-shooter, Torch. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was a kid, man, I thought that shit was the coolest thing ever. Like, just killer toys and killer puppets and killer dolls. And to this day, it's still my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love that kind of shit. I just like I said, just killer toys and killer dolls and all that shit. That's so fucking dope to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's my side note right there. So just give some of your honorable mentions, Joe. You know what I'm saying? How about you, Raven?
I mean, shit. I liked a lot of far out shit. Like, I don't know if you ever seen a movie called Edge of Sanity. It had Anthony Perkins in it, and it was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde movie. Fuck, I love that movie.
Can't say I've never seen that one.
Night of the Demons is one of my favorite movies of all time, so it's very high up on my list. It's a movie called Skinned Alive, super under the radar from the 80s. Great fucking movie. Um, but of course, all the mainline horror shit. I even like Leprechaun. Like almost all of Leprechaun's movies are still at least entertainable. You know what I mean?
Right. See, you got to figure like Leprechaun kind of falls in that same like toy and like puppet category. It's like some little fucking weird shit ready to kill your ass type shit. So I've always fucking loved Leprechaun myself.
The remake was garbage. With Hornswoggle, that was just trash. Leprechaun Returns was a step in the right direction, and it would have been better if Warwick would have came back. But
Warwick Davis, he's the original Leprechaun, obviously.
yeah, and by the way, Pinocchio's Revenge is a fucking fantastic movie, dude.
Man, that fucking shit is so fucking fresh, man. They even show Bush in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like mid-90s and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like shit.
and
Fuck. Damn right. Pinocchio.
that
So listen, they got this like new Pinocchio movie out on like Disney Plus now, but you got to go dig into Pinocchio's Revenge. It like falls into the same category as like Full Moon type shit. It's like a killer fucking marionette puppet and shit. You know what I mean? Pinocchio's. I'm surprised you knew about that. Not too many people know about that one. Pinocchio's Revenge.
yeah. I came across that at an old ass video store called Movie King back in the day, and just scooped it up and loved it. And that fucking like French chick or whatever you're talking about with the bush or she was like, I remember being like in love with her when I was a young teen.
Yeah, man. I'm like fucking like 10 years old watching shit like. Yeah, it was fucking fresh.
What about you, Brack?
Yeah, what's up, Brack? Side note.
If you type in Pinocchio's Revenge in Pornhub, it comes up with something totally different. So one of my main fucking what do we call them? Just shout outs, just fucking check out A Strange Case.
Honorable mentions, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, there it is. Honorable mentions. There it is. Fucking hide this fucking weed. A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's a 1968 film. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I had walked across the fucking TV one day and just fucking saw this motherfucker. I think it's still in black and white. It is a very, it's just a very old school. I did go super old school, especially on Sundays. movies like that. Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a 1968 film. They redid it like twice, but you need the original. You guys check that shit out. It's a hard find. It's a hard find. You might have to order that shit on fucking Amazon. It's not on your fucking local fucking. It's not on the WGN and shit.
Okay.
So did you see Edge of Sanity with Anthony Perkins, Mr. Norman
I did
Bates?
not. I did
I
not. I'm
recommend it.
gonna definitely look it up. Yep.
Definitely
I'm looking up
recommend that
all
shit.
y'all's fucking highly recommendations. No doubt. This is a share factory. This is what we do.
No doubt. What about Eb?
Man, you guys know I love Bruce Campbell. The chin man. Nah, he's got a lot of I love all the Evil Dead series. Maniac Cop. It's kind of upset because he was top billed for Maniac Cop 2, and he fucking dies at the very fucking beginning of the fucking movie. But I love the fact that it's all Ted Raimi and well, not that, but like Darkman and everything else, and the fact that they got the car and every fucking thing that Ted Raimi does and shit. But no, I really got I like Sleepaway Camp a lot. Those are awesome. Phyllis is an awesome fucking actress. The first one had the twist at the end of it, and it fucking shocked everybody, and probably got fucking banned because of that shit. Like, oh, she's got a dick, you know what I mean? But
The fucking wiener, the infamous wiener scene.
it's fucking big in the horror community, you know. Felissa Rose, she's fucking awesome though. But I don't know. I like a lot of horror stuff. I love like Silent Night, Bloody Night. Those are awesome. Garbage Day, and number two. Uh, I fucking love all the fucking old cheesy anthology shit. Thanks for the ride, lady. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all that fucking gold ass shit, dude. Is like puts a smile on my face. But I'm really big on not huge franchises right now. I really like I love Trauma films. They're fucking awesome. Trauma, Lloyd Kaufman is
Toxic
a
Avenger.
god. He's a godfather. You know what I mean? Like of Night of the Poultrygeist, and but then you get the crazy shit. What was the one with the dude that came back from Vietnam? Uh,
Uncle Sam.
no, there's one he come back from Vietnam and he had the deformed baby and he was trying to get a job and all that fucked up shit. Uh, my mind's
I'm
blank
not sure
now.
about that one.
But I don't remember what it's called. But anyways, yeah, man, I like a lot of that low budget shit. I love practical effects. Tom Savini is amazing. Any of the old fucking 80s, early 90s shit. I'm a huge fan of. Low budget shit is gold with me. I like that shit. Practical effects are hands down way better than CGI and anything else they do.
Oh yeah, I could definitely agree on that. Yeah, Tom Savini is one of the best when it comes to that kind of shit.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, man.
And man, speaking of like the Sleepaway Camp movies, like fun fact, the chick who played Angela in 2 and 3 was Pamela Springsteen, who was Bruce Springsteen's sister.
Oh
Um,
shit.
and she became a pretty iconic photographer. She took some really iconic like Rolling Stone issue covers and some album covers. I talked to her through email back in the day quite a bit. She's a super cool chick.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, I didn't even know that. That's a fun little fact. Do you think she had anything to do with the E Street Band as far as like photographs and stuff like that go?
No, I can't even remember who all she had filmed. I ended up looking it up later, and like some of them I was like, oh shit, I know that album, but I can't recall right offhand what she did.
Well, you think fucking Bruce Springsteen would give her some fucking work, you know what I mean? What the fuck?
Yeah, she was actually filmed at one of his concerts like 2 or 3 years ago, dancing on the side of the stage. She's like super, I don't want to be in the spotlight at all type shit.
Right. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, she's hitting you up on the email.
Yeah. Yeah, she's super cool.
Did you shoot
But
your shot?
but
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm?
but yeah, she don't want the spotlight.
Well,
No, she got it now.
I never really talked about the Sleepaway Camp movies in our conversation, so she kept
So I would
You
responding.
know, if Melissa Rose hit me up in the email, I'd be straight talking about Sleepaway Camp.
But she
I'd
still
be
makes
like, make
money
her
off the
face.
name Angela. She still wants everybody to know who she is. She goes to conventions.
Oh, I
Felissa
know.
Rose does, but
let me
Pamela
Hey,
Springsteen
everything
just wants
she
to be a
takes
photographer, you
has
know?
that face where she's screaming. You know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you like feel like kind of like you wanted to hit on her, or you couldn't get past the thing that a wiener at one point? You know what I'm saying?
I'd never met her, man. I
This
was
is a
just
good
saying,
question.
I love to meet her.
That's a great question.
Hey, answer it, motherfucker.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Felissa Rose. I'm talking about Pamela Springsteen. She didn't play the first Angela. Yeah, I guess technically, you know.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the first Sleepaway Camp myself. So
Pamela Springsteen was in 2 and 3.
okay, I've only seen the first one. I got you.
See, and I haven't seen, and it's crazy is I haven't seen. They have a fourth one where it's like Return or something or
Yeah,
whatever, and
so
Felissa Rose is in it, and I've never seen that. I can't find it any fucking where.
I have the DVD of it, and it's a horrible fucking film. Most of the movie they didn't even like film and shit. They just used like footage from the first movie and shit and
I heard
spliced it
that. I
in and
heard
shit.
that.
Like it was garbage. It wasn't. It really wasn't even. Like 2 and 3 look like 3 look like a masterpiece compared to that movie. So
Wasn't Felissa Rose and Victor Crowley? Yeah, she was in Victor Crowley.
yeah,
Oh, I love Adam Green. That all right. Here's my extra honorable mention.
Hatchet.
Adam Green is fucking amazing. Even the movie Frozen was fucking dope.
that's a great
I
movie.
mean, it really was. But the Hatchet series was awesome. And if y'all haven't watched Holliston, is fucking gold. It's a sitcom. It's like Friends, but it's a horror sitcom. And he has an imaginary Adam plays himself. He has an imaginary friend that lives in a closet, and it's Otis Arungus from Guar. It's actually Dave Brocky before he died. And so like he comes out and gives him life advice and all this shit like that. And his boss is fucking Dee Snider. And they're trying to make their own horror movie and they work at like a fucking production company.
So that's some
It's fucking
Twisted Sister, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
Strangeland.
Yeah.
Strangeland, yeah. Strangeland is a good movie too.
Hey,
But
I remember I remember Strangeland. That was kind of low budget too, but it was actually pretty dope.
Hmm.
But no, that series is really cool though because it has like all these. Kane Hodder's in it, and he's like a depressed fucking person, like, and he's like wanting to kill himself every fucking time he's in it. And I mean, it's funny because Daniel Harris is in it. I forgot the dude that plays Michael Myers right now. He's in it. The dude that plays Friday Jason Voorhees after Kane Hodder. He's in it. There's just tons of people in it. I mean, it's fucking fresh. Adam Green is really dope. He's funny as fuck though too, and his partner is Joe Lynch, and Joe Lynch be doing like crazy movies. It's not like horror movies and shit. Also, so it's kind of cool. Y'all should check it out. It's on Shutter, man. $5.99 a month.
Butter is the shit.
So hey, Brack, what do you think about like the Conjuring universe type shit? You like possession type movies?
Those are scary. Can we talk about something else?
So James Wan did most like all the Conjuring shit or whatever. Have
The
y'all
first
watched
couple, yeah.
*Malignant*? No,
Mm-mm.
he's done all of them apparently,
Really?
as far as I know.
Hmm.
And that's his universe. He created that universe. But have you seen *Malignant*?
Mm-mm.
*Malignant* was like a HBO Max drop whenever the COVID was hitting and everything. That shit is like a supernatural slasher, and it is fresh as fuck. I've watched that movie like 30 times.
Hmm. Nah, maybe I have to check
It's
it
James
out.
Wan. He even made the fucking Aquaman movie, and the new one too that's coming out.
Okay. So where are we at right now, brother?
So what's Brack? What you want? Horror movie shit. What other shit do you watch?
Um, the stuff that super scared me was the religion horror. I remember back when I was little, I walked by the TV and Amityville Horror 2 was on the fucking screen. And just the thought of that fucking kid listening to his fucking headphones and it telling him what the fuck to do. It's pretty scary. And then when you saw him and he was sweating, was he not in like a padded room or something, or he's in a fucking jail cell where was he at, and his forehead was sweating and didn't have blood? I haven't watched it since I was little because it scared me so bad. Seriously have not watched it in over fucking 20, 30 years because of that shit.
Yeah, I'm not too keen myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I don't really dig those religion horror movies. I don't dig that shit at all, really, because I think that shit's halfway real. I definitely don't really dig the gore fucking horror movies, the Saw movies. The gross shit is not really scary to me. It's fucking gross. I don't get it.
That's the
Uh,
point.
I don't want
Practical
to say.
effects, man.
Well, I don't want to get on another topic, but some rappers are going to be doing the gross rap, and they say that that's horror. But then the other day, I was thinking that is kind of scary. Gross is fucking scary because you don't want to fuck with that shit. That's fucking scary. So yeah, but I don't know. I mean, the first Saw movie was epic, and then as they went on, they're trying to just get all these different fucking ideas and shit. But that
Oh,
was fucking pretty crazy. And I'm huge on scary movies with twists at the very fucking end. Then you're like, oh shit,
Have you
keeps you
watched The
fucking like.
Collector? That was
I
originally supposed to be a prequel to Saw or whatever. That there's the creators for it. I think they did that shit before Saw came out, maybe right after.
I haven't.
And what was it?
Really,
um
man. There's two of them, and it's made by the producers of Saw, and it's really awesome. It's like kind of like The Strangers, where they kind of break in the house and shit. But this dude says booby traps all in their fucking house while they're like partying in another room. It's kind of silly, but man, it's gruesome and awesome.
What was it called?
The Collector.
Oh, I saw the first one. I didn't see the second one.
All right, yeah, the second one, there's a really dope scene where dude from the first one escapes and he gets away and he ends up at a club, uh, like a rave kind of deal, kind of like the fucking Hellraiser shit. And this dude set all these traps, I guess, apparently in this club, and everybody gets fucked up from it.
Shit.
And they're fresh. They're supposed to do another one with COVID and everything else, and I don't know if they're going to or not, but I'll be excited if they do. But it's like the all like 3 out of 5 of the producers saw that made
There's-
it.
Did you see the other movie, Dead Silence, that they made about
Oh
the
yeah,
ventriloquist?
of course.
They're
And you know,
the old school Dead Silence. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it was from like what 2000 something, but yeah.
I would go
yeah,
say
yeah,
2007, 2006,
yeah.
maybe 8. But yeah, like I said, I've seen all the puppet movies, all the doll movies, all the fucking toy movies. I've always found that shit fascinating to this day, man. Like, if there's a fucking, you remember the shit fucking Small Soldiers with the
Hmm.
fucking like it was like a
Toy
kid,
soldiers
you know what I'm talking
or
about?
the
But the
small.
Small
Small
Soldiers,
Soldiers.
Yeah.
and that was like a kids movie, but like still the idea of these fucking toys coming to life and shit and battling each other and shit. Like it was like, dude, the fuck, yo. Even Toy Story, like what the fuck, yo. Like Andy doesn't even realize his fucking toys are running around like wonder if he's gonna fucking love him or not and shit. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. I don't fucking know.
So,
What's up,
what are
Brett?
your thoughts on like exploitation films? Like, what kind do y'all like any exploitation horror?
As far as what do you mean by that?
Man, that genre is so far out there. Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it also goes into Spit on Your Grave. Uh, I mean, like it's so broad.
Those
There's
I
so
like it. Deliverance.
well, Mother's Day was one too. I mean, fuck. The
So more
remake wasn't as good as the original, but
so more of like taboo type shit, like rape and shit like that. Is that what you're getting at?
I mean, kind of. I guess that's what
Essentially,
exploitation means.
essentially, I Spit on Your
Yeah.
Grave is the greatest example of a good exploitation horror movie.
Yeah, she like gets revenge on these motherfuckers that raped her. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, they
Have
raped her
you
like four
seen?
times, and I watched the remake and the sequels to that and Deja Vu. Like I have all those shit on Blu-ray. I
Yeah,
love
it
those
was the
movies.
last one. They brought the fucking girl from the original one back, and I thought that was fresh, dude. Like I said, I
Is
like it when the fucking like a franchise goes full circle. You know what I mean? Like as fucked up as it is, you know what I mean. But they still came back full circle with it.
Yeah, I can't say I discriminate on any type of horror movies, whether any genre. Like, I just happen to like puppets and dolls, and for some reason, I've always been drawn to that. Bracco, for some reason, doesn't like the religious aspect of it and the gory aspect of it. Uh,
I mean, not when it comes
Yeah,
to dolls. He didn't correlate those things together.
right, you know what
Nah.
I'm
What's y'all's favorite Exorcist movie?
saying? First one, all day. Part
It's the
one.
only one. Part one's the only one that happened.
Yeah.
Part one is, but I like part three just for the fact that it wasn't originally an Exorcist movie, and they made him fucking change the title of it to Exorcist Three, and like they had no story of an exorcism until they got to the end of filming it. And I mean that's cool though, but it also had the fucking one of the most wicked scenes ever. Whenever the motherfucker's coming up behind the nurse with the knife in the hallway and shit, like that shit's creepy as fuck, dude. And that's why I like shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Exorcist
Oh,
one.
So
yeah.
Brack,
So
you being quiet down there. What's up?
have you guys seen that new movie Nope?
Nope.
Not yet. I want to.
Dude, it's a fucking good movie. I don't know if you guys are Jordan Peele fans, and I don't know if you guys consider that fucking scary horror. If not, we can totally change the fucking subject. But
No, we can talk
he's
about it.
done three. He's done three movies. This is his third movie, and I've done the first two like a motherfucker. Get Out and Us were both
I thought
fucking epic movies.
that was it. I
Nope,
thought he
this is
had a
his.
third one. That was it. Okay.
Yep. So Google that shit. And then what's epic about it is he keeps using the same guy as his main actor in all three movies. That's so fucking cool.
But what
Yeah,
I
this
thought
new one.
Ma, I thought that movie Ma was a part of his universe. Is it not?
No, it wasn't. It was not.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That was somebody else. But yeah, that was a crazy movie too.
Yeah, so Nope is a really good movie. It's a scary horror movie
it's like aliens and shit, right?
about aliens. Yeah, it's just epic because I'm a real big fan of horror
And
movies in the daytime, and this fucking happens in the daytime. So I'm
You don't
like,
get
I
a
okay,
lot of you don't get a lot of horror movies in the daytime.
it makes it more fucking real, motherfuckers. So yeah, and I heard
I
you
got
guys
another.
shouting. I heard you guys shouting out "Shit on Your Grave," the movie "Shit on Your Grave." That's also 66 Kill Song. I know that's not what you guys said. I'm fucking twisting it up a little bit. 66 Kill Song called "Shit on Your Grave." You guys check it out, and then check out their movies. I'll check. I'll also say this as I smoke this weed. I went over to this fucking girl's house a few years ago, and she was like, "Do you like horror movies?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I got these rare videos that you can't really get. I got them from Australia." And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And she goes, "They're called blasphemy videos." And I was like, "What?" And yeah, she put it in, and it was worse than Face of the Dead. It's not. It's like, yeah,
Hmm.
stuff like that's not fucking cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Seems like right my alley.
So
You should
then,
be able to find that shit on YouTube, man. Like I remember
yeah.
fucking googling shit and finding that shit.
So here's another little tidbit story. When I was in fifth grade, we went to the fucking Blockbuster Video with my stepdad, and we fucking got some movie called Band of the Hand. It's a pretty cool movie. You guys should check it out. Got
Hmm.
some dudes, some gangster shit, whatever. Band of the Hand. So we get home and we put it in, and it happened to be Children of the Corn. And I don't know if you guys remember what happens in the first Children of the Corn. Right at the first scene,
They kill
somebody's
it.
fucking head. Yeah, somebody's head gets chopped off. So he fucking pushed eject. We went right back up to the fucking video store, got the correct video. He was like, "What the fuck?" We put it in. It said "Children of the Corn." I was like, this is fucking country ass shit. What was that? Yeah. So
That's another good honorable mention. Children of the Corn. The first one obviously is the best. Has definitely a good one.
Poltergeist. Those ones are good ones. That
Oh,
old man and Poltergeist is fucking epic.
That's some fucked up fucking
Scary.
story and shit, dude. Like with
Yeah,
the
that's
little
some
girl and
cursed
shit like
weird
that.
shit. Yeah, some cursed fucking
Why the third?
We might have to do a part 2 of our horror movie segments, Joe. You know what I'm saying? There's so many and there's so many dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we are at the 55 mark, so that's what's up.
right.
So real quick, what you said on the Jordan Peele shit? Have y'all watched the new Twilight Zone shit that he did? He's executive producer on it, and he's the host of the show and shit.
I have not.
It's actually pretty fresh. Like it's like the old Rod Starling Twilight Zone. Like Jordan Peele comes out, talks, and it goes into some shit. It's not black and white no more or whatnot. But Twilight Zone was always one of my favorite ones, like Outer Limits and shit like that. And Jordan Peele is executive producer and the host of the new Twilight series. I think they only did like 1 or 2 seasons of it, but it's pretty fresh, man. It's pretty fresh. It's worth the watch on that shit.
Right.
Black Mirror is a real good stuff too. That
I
always
love
makes
Black
me
Mirror.
think that's like an updated Twilight Zone. But I'm also a fucking M. Night Shyamalan fan, and he makes a new fucking a series called The Servant, and I think it's on Apple TV. The Servant. You guys really should check it out. 3 seasons, and it's fucking epic. It's fucking crazy. It's about this fucking couple, and their baby dies like within the first 6 months. It's like really early on, so they get a fake actual doll. I'm getting chills talking about to put in the fucking crib and to dress it every day and then fake feed it because the mom is like psychologically fucked up. She's like, no, this is really the baby. Right, so it's an actual doll. Like everybody else that comes over, they're all just fucking being like, okay. So then they hire this fucking girl that's like 18 to take care of this doll, and they explain this servant chick. They're like, hey, this is really a doll. The husband's saying this, but my wife is fucked up in the head. She thinks it's really the baby. Da 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 da. So a few weeks go by, and they come home one day, and the servant has an actual fucking baby in there, like a real live human kid. And now everybody is tripping, but nobody's questioning it. Where did this actual human fucking baby come from? And why is this fucking baby? Because the servant lady lives with them now. She's like 18, and she's creepy as fuck. And it gets all super fucking weird, epic. The Servant, M. Night Shyamalan, bam. It's one of my favorite new shows I watch. Here's another show. Can I do another honorable mention that has nothing to do with fucking horror? Ben Stiller makes a new show on Apple TV called Severance. You guys should watch that shit. I don't even want to go into that. We should talk about that another time. Severance.
All right.
Ben Stiller, he directs it, so it's not even in it. Nice. So, anyways.
Well, going back to Twilight Zone, they're rebooting it at another time. There's another new Twilight Zone reboot coming out like next year, I think. But that old show is like my favorite shit, man. And I'm trying to remember the name. It's like season 3. I want to say it's called The Midnight Sun. It's about the world getting knocked off its axis and getting too close to the sun. And so it's just constantly heating up and people are just dying. And it follows these like 2 people in an apartment building as New York's basically just dying around them. It's probably my favorite fucking episode.
They have a lot of good episodes. My favorite Twilight Zone episode is the was it like terror at like so many thousand feet? I forget what the exact number was, but they're like on the side of the fucking plane and shit.
William Shatner that was on that episode.
There you go. And obviously the ventriloquist dummy. There's a dummy episode. There's a one with the doll. What was her name? Talkie something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like talking and shit. Like when you know, nobody else was around to like the stepfather and shit, and he was like an asshole. And like every time everybody left the room, she would like school this fucking stepfather and put him in his place and shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, fucking yeah. Back to the fucking doll shit. I'm guilty. But yeah, Twilight Zone is definitely up there, especially the old school shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few episodes that was my favorite. One of them is that Last Man's in on Earth or whatever, where
Yes.
he broke
Yes.
he broke his glasses whenever, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I got all the books in the world, I don't need anybody. And then he leans over. And Family Guy, actually, I think Family Guy did that shit.
There was still time.
Yeah. But no, that was one of my favorite episodes. And then one of the early, I think first season, where they were in Alaska or some shit like that, and there was a snowstorm and they had to stop the bus, and all the people on the bus went into the little diner, and it ended up all of them being aliens and all that shit like that. Like I love Twilight Zone. That shit is all
Twilight Zone
fresh as fuck.
Fuck yeah. So is that our hour? Is our hour up or what?
We just hit an hour exactly, essentially.
All right. So
it depends on if we want to end it here or go a little further so we have time to edit or whatever. It doesn't matter. It is already almost fucking 1 o'clock.
Right. So yeah, that was our first episode, man, and hopefully the first of many. We covered horror movies today. We might cover something else next time. You just gotta keep on fucking tuning in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got our man Ebenezer with us tonight. We'll see if we can't make it a little bit of a more reoccurring thing. But y'all need to hit that like, hit that subscribe, smash them buttons. You know what I'm saying?